All of you know what VoIP can do. What I'm trying to get to is the decision about phones, first of all. My point of view being as a user, I have implemented Asterisk, by downloading it, I didn't even have any Linux working, okay, in my office, and we needed to replace a phone system that we're releasing from the phone company at some ridiculous price. Our situation is 2 incoming analog lines. At the most, we've had 3 people working. So we had 3 FXS. Yeah, we had 3 FXS modules. I bought a TDM 400 card, Digium card, in the days when the FXO modules were not yet ready. They didn't exist. So I've got one machine, an old machine, Pentium 4 800 with about 500 megs of RAM, stuck Slackware 9 point something on it. I mean, they're like at 12 today, so this gives you an idea of where we're at. Asterisk 1.0, I think at the time. I am actually up to a very modern 1.2, and I can't tell you the 3rd level, I'm not sure. Works, as somebody said yesterday. Kevin, it works. I am not going to fix it. This PBX has only a little bit of time to live. Anyway, we got this going. Works beautifully. Against all advice, before I knew and before I was connected to the world of Asterisk and the wonderful world of the IRC chat channel, where you got to put on your lead flame-proof underwear if you want to get on that thing, I have the TDM 400 and 2 X100Ps, 2 FXO cards, the old modem cards, all on the same old computer, and it works. I don't have any interrupt problems. I think that somewhere there's an IRQ museum where I can put all this equipment because it actually just works. Getting to the slightly more interesting thing, I don't know how many of you make these decisions about what phones. There's Mark on his cell. Oh. Sorry about this. This is the bad translation of the platform that it's not liking, so we don't see as much as I try to move ahead. I wanted to make a quick note to tell you that you see the SIP phones here. Obviously, there's a Polycom IP500 on the right, which I use daily, and the Linksys, Sipura, Cisco, whatever it's called, 942, which is a great phone as well. But I have 2 women in my office, and you know what? They hate those phones. They hate phones, those military-looking, West Wing, this is the White House Situation Room phones. First question that I was asked is, doesn't it come in some other color? So, those of you in the business, you need to think about these things, not necessarily the color of the phone, but there are people talking on that phone all day, and this is their life, and this is what they're doing for you or for your customer. This is a super important part of all this. Now, here you're seeing a little bit of my arsenal of X phones, hardware phones that do X. This black phone, they're all pieces of crap, of course, but this black phone I take with us on vacation in California, plug it into my crappy Comcast cable connection. I don't know what these people have, something like 128, 256 down and 64 up or something, but anyway, it works. So this thing is connected to my Paris PBX, the old Pentium 4 800. If I want to make a call, I'm calling from Paris, free because I have unlimited. If someone calls me, I've obviously gone in and manually changed the dial plan so that it knows what off hours are in California, where there's 9 hours difference. And there's a very cute recording that says something like this. Good afternoon, you've reached Resmo. We are currently 9 hours earlier than you, so we're probably sleeping. Please leave a message, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And if you speak French, it's the same message. So I'm sure the French people are thrilled with that. In other words, I say literally, and if you're French speaking, just remember the same message. All right, that didn't work. Let me move on to what I think is very cool. I'm really sorry about the rhythm here, because the point is that you don't want to piss your users off. The people you want are the fat, dumb, and happy ones on the right with the Asterisk-powered office. not the Jack Nicholson on the left. I'm trying to move up to this great new phone I want to tell you about. Oh no. You can give me an F in slide presentations. I just picked up, you guys know that there's a SNOM M3. Anybody here from SNOM? Or SNOM? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Anyone seen the M3 or know what it is? Right? It's a DECT or DECT SIP phone. There's a big debate going on right now, Wi-Fi against SIP. Wi-Fi against DECT, sorry. Anybody like Wi-Fi SIP phones? Or have one? Who has a Wi-Fi SIP phone? Are you happy with them? Yes? How many yes? Yeah? It depends on the infrastructure you're running, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there is no absolute, yeah, that sucks and this is great. But I personally have a little bit of an aversion of messing with Wi-Fi because I think Wi-Fi barely works. Hello? Yesterday, we were barely on the air at 1 p.m., and we should have been on the air early. You're going to tell me that was part of the problem of the structure, but the point is, this is another weak link in the system, right? You got VoIP, which can cause problems occasionally, never, but occasionally. The phone I just purchased, though, for our new office, because we're moving, is the Siemens, which is a consumer-level phone. So you may not have even heard of it. It's the S675 IP. Anyone familiar with that at all? Now, I wouldn't consider this to be it's a cheaper phone than the M3, I believe. I don't consider it to be a direct competitor because it's very much a consumer-oriented product. But I think that you would be well advised to look into this phone just to see what it does, to know some of these things that are interesting. And one of the things is that it'll look at RSS. So here, this happens to be a Twitter feed, but you can have weather or whatever. Now you're going to say, yeah, this is a totally frivolous consumer type item. But you know what? Some markets that you're looking for are going to want this kind of thing. As a matter of fact, I would say that most of your customers would really like to have these phones with the browser where they could push out messages, and I'm sure a lot of people are already doing that, right? Well, this is a sort of like that, but it's a consumer level thing. Now you could have, and I hope everybody's going to understand this kind of stuff. You know what RSS is and all of that, and you can put anything in RSS. So you could be building your own. Your company could build RSS. You could have an RSS feed of that little Jabber chat thing that Ola was on for a second. You could have serious business use for this, because if you control the RSS feed, then it wouldn't be stuff like this, but whatever message you want to push out. Yeah, connect to the conference room. Unfortunately, I don't have that stuff memorized, so I can't just spit it out, but there's this, it's Chatterous, is that it? ChatterOus.com/VoIP users. The password is asterisk, that's the web, and then you'll figure out to get it on with Chatter.
I think I'm connected, but there's no one.
Oh, you're connected. The idea here, too, and I want to get back to the subject in a second, but the chat room idea. How many people are on IRC and get on the Asterisk channel ever? Anybody? IRC? Not that many, actually. Presence is such a big word, and yet, nobody seems to be here. In other words, yeah, the IRC is a little too geeky. A lot of people use Jabber. Hands for Jabber? More Jabber than IRC, actually. IRC is like the Usenet of, presence, really. It's the Asterisk channel, when I get on, there's about 270 people. Everybody at Huntsville's on it, as far as I know. You'll certainly find people like Russell. Ola, do you monitor Asterisk users at all? Asterisk IRC?
I'm on RC.
You're on, but I mean, do you actually see anything if I called you sometime, if I said something to you?
If you say something about transit or OAJ.
Okay. Anyway, in spite of our advanced ages, Ola and myself share this one desire, which is, and Jay, who's on the totally other side of the age spectrum, we all would like to see presence happening where you're available. And this telephone that I'm talking about does